When Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition, was first announced, my first thought was, oh no, not again. This is a company that all it does is re-release old games. They haven't released a new game in a long time, so all you can see is their games rotting on the floor, being pushed as something fresh and new, and people keep paying new game prices for them time and time again. So for a long time I've thought, will these customers ever learn? And now it seems they have. Not because they should have done, not because they actually learned from the lessons that they've already been taught by the company before, but because this time the problems are so glaring, so massive, nobody finds it possible to ignore these. No one can look past them, because this is ridiculous. The state that this game has been released in is ridiculous, and it's only got worse over time. And I don't know how they've done it, because it was released in an astonishingly bad state, but still, Rockstar finds a way. We start with the reviews. The reviews of all the old games are all in the green 90s, 96, 93, 94, and this one, 0.6. Now, I'm not normally one for review scores, but I think it does show a certain trend of an opinion, especially when there's such stark contrast between the different games for this. Because you've already got the originals, people love them, and this one, they're like, you re-released it, and you clearly haven't kept pace with modern technology, you clearly haven't updated it. All you've done is take something old that was good, and ruined it. And boy, did they ruin it, because when you'd have a definitive edition, at a minimum you're supposed to make it look better and fix the bugs of the past. You're not supposed to show new ones, like having faces in walls that travel along looking at you. I don't know what this is, but it's horrific. I don't even want this in any game. I wouldn't want this in a horror game, let alone something GTA, which is supposed to be entertaining and fun. I don't know what this is, I don't know why it's there, but something has gone horribly wrong along the way, and it's looking like it's something to do with the sort of AI upscaling and various different technologies they've used. Upgrade it. And when I say upgrade it, I mean it sarcastically in every single possible strength of the word. Because quite frankly, this isn't really upgrading it, is it? Floating people going along on your bikes. Yes, what we've done here is we've got a definitive edition which has fixed all the bugs of the past and just given you brand new, interesting ones for you to discover. And then we've got a rain filter that makes it physically impossible to see anything. I don't know what this is. I don't know whether it's the recording software that just makes the rain look like it's going backwards, but it reverses in different ways. As you go up and down, the rain pauses, freezes, goes upwards, downwards, and all the way. You can't see a thing. I don't know why in this video it's raining milk, but apparently in GTA that's what happens now, because now you've got the original one. And wouldn't you know, looks like rain! That is what a rain looks like. That's what storm looks like. But not in this game, not in this game. Oh no, now you've got this magical mystery tour of wonderful crap. And it's not just the rain they've upgraded. Oh no, certainly, one of the things they definitely have improved in this game is the number of bones that people have in their human body. Like, seriously. If you wanted something, I don't know if he's riding a bike, because apparently his arm has been broken in about 17 different places. Now, in the original one, what you've got in this is his jacket is all ruffled, it's spiky. You can clearly tell that, although, yes, it's an old game with bad graphics, it's supposed to be his jacket. But when you give that to AI actually isn't that smart. We're not really close to Terminator taking over and destroying the world. What we've got is just programs that don't really know what they're doing and just do what they're told. And what we're told here is smooth it out. And so they take all those ruffles in his jacket and just smooth it out so it looks like his bone's broken. And there's so many different examples of this. The only thing the developers should be doing is crying at shame at what they've actually put out. I'm not even sure there are any developers involved. It seems to just be automatic and not checked. This has been run through an AI algorithm and they've just gone, looks good, yeah, we've improved that, that'll do. And the one thing that is on everyone's mind when it comes to this is, what do the games journalists think? Well, the games journalists think that actually people are review bombing it. Yes, this is getting review bombed on Metacritic, because obviously when they look at something as high quality and spec as this, such a good job of game design as this, they think that's good because they don't know what they're talking about. So obviously this isn't just gamers saying that a game is crap, because it objectively is and everyone can see it with their eyes. Oh no, don't look at your eyes, don't believe your lying eyes, believe the games journalist who definitely knows better than you and thinks that you are actually just going and attacking a game for no reason whatsoever. I mean, he does admit further down that the PC version has been pulled from sale, but no, that can't be a reason to mark mark a game down and review it poorly. No, that just means you're review bombing it. Even if the game has been pulled from sale and is unplayable at the moment, it just means you're review bombing it. Just accept it. Just accept it. That's what the games journalist thinks you do. It doesn't matter what poor quality you get, accept it and move on. Buy another game, that's what you should do. Give their advertisers that bit more money. And if you're wondering why was the game pulled from sale, was it because of backlash? Was it because they thought the players thought it was so horrible? What they've done is removed it from sale and refunded them all, as they should, as would be their duty if they actually had any kind of sense of shame. No. Who are you talking about? No, this was actually pulled from the files unintentionally included in these versions. Yes, what you've got here is someone trying to cover their own arse. The first was that it included music that shouldn't have been in the game because it's now unlicensed, so obviously that would have legal ramifications, and it had a holy grail of dev notes. In all the code, they can have dev comments to describe what's going on, except in these comments, they didn't just describe what was going on, they gave commentary, and boy did they give commentary. Sweet is injured and falls to the floor, more flats turn up, then a huge vortex opens up and spews forth beasts from another dimension. Now, I can't remember that happening in any of the GTA games, but the devs obviously wanted to do that and thought, yeah, we probably can't get away with that, but we can in the notes, and that'll just be an in-joke among ourselves. And while you may think that any normal person, when you wanted to actually remove unlicensed music from a game, you'd delete the files so they wouldn't play. Oh no, not this, not in this game. That would take too much effort. That would at least require a key press. What they've done here is just disabled them in the game and left the files there because, I don't know, maybe they wanted to play them on their own computers. And one of the scarier people in any kind of industry is the music industry. Everybody knows that you don't have unlicensed music because those people will come after you, and they'll come after you for every single penny that you've got. So I don't blame the fact of Rockstar actually trying to go, yeah, we really don't want to get sued. So we should probably disable all of our unlicensed music. But that wasn't even the worst one, because it's recently come to light that the GTA Trilogy chaos continues as hot coffee adult files are reportedly uncovered. Oh, it's not just the music files they didn't delete. No, because this was an adult minigame that they got in trouble for before. Because although it was disabled in those games, and is disabled in this one, for some reason they've still left the files in there. This is despite the fact that they actually got sued for $20 million for this before, and the game's got an adult-only rating because it essentially contains this. So they knew that they shouldn't do it. They've been told not to do it before, and they know they'll get sued if it's there because it was already disabled in the previous ones, and that's what they still got sued for. And yet they left it in the files. They couldn't even be bothered to remove something they lost $20 million over. And that is why it's disabled now. But I still don't actually think that it justifies removing the game from sale and stopping your players from playing it. The moment this game was available for download, all of those files were available for everyone to download, play, copy, and everything else. There's no putting the lid back on Pandora's box. This is inevitable. It will be out and everybody knows it. Everyone's got proof that you've done it. And if you're going to get sued, you're going to get sued. Now, yes, they've probably removed it so they have an excuse, a defense. Oh, the moment we found out, we shut everything down. But you're doing that at the expense of the player base. No one can buy it. Fair enough. Maybe remove it from sale. Okay. Reasonable. Responsible. But disabling people from playing it is completely and utterly unacceptable. What you're doing is crapping on your customers for your own poor job. Nothing stops you just removing the files. If all it is this minigame, delete the files. If all it is the music, delete the files. Those files aren't even called anyway. All you have to do is issue a patch and remove them. You could do that over lunch. Just delete the files in question. And yet, you still can't be bothered. And it goes for the entire game. Everything seems lazy. Everything seems poorly done. Should we go through manually and improve it and change all the textures, check it, make sure they get a good experience, fix all the bugs? No, we'll just run it through an AI upscaler and that'll do. It's understandable in a way because they've probably got another GTA 5 to release on a Kindle or something. Look, GTA 5 was first released on the 17th of September 2013. At least I think it was the 17th of September because 17 might be how many times it's been re-released on different platforms at this point. And normally I wouldn't care. I just see those as like, look, anyone who buys that, you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get, and you're just wasting your own money. But it's their money to waste. But when it comes to this, when it's the developers just obviously taking advantage of people, that's when I begin to have a problem with it. Because while I may not buy GTA 5 again, this was sold as something. This was eventually bad advertising, false advertising. You showed people an image of what they were going to get, yes. But you also said, oh no, what we do is we do good ports. We do exceptional ports. Our ports are the best. We don't just do a lazy transition. No, this is the best you can get. We take advantage of new technology. And they certainly took advantage of something, but that something was located between the chair and the desk. So I'm well aware that Rockstar have gotten away with a lot of stuff. Just because people loved those games so much, they gave the developers a sort of leeway. They were willing to accept things that they wouldn't accept with others. Skyrim is another one that gets away with it. Re-released over and over again, and people are like, well, yes, it is taking advantage of me, and it is a waste of money, but it's Skyrim. I love it. I'll just play it again. And that's what Rockstar had here. But even they went too far. Even this shows that people have finally had enough. And quite frankly, I don't think it could have come soon enough. And this, I really want to be a wake-up call for Rockstar, because quite frankly, they needed it. But for now, that's it from me. If you liked the video, press like and subscribe for more videos in the future, and let me know what your opinion of Rockstar and the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition is down below. But for now, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.